Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Remember11, the Age of Infinity. I don't know why I keep screwing up on those, but last time, Simi was talking about how she's gonna reveal everything that she knew, and let's see what she knows. Hopefully, it's more than we know. We could use some answers.
条件ってこの話を2人に同時にすることはできないの。だから1人ずつ私の部屋に来て。
どうして？
どうしてもよ。この条件を飲んでもらえない限り私は何も話せないわ。
Sounds a little shady, to be honest. Yeah, I can tell you what I know, but not to where both of you hear it at once. Which means I could change the facts of this and that at any time I wish. So yeah, it's a little shady. Of course, another part of it is, I mean, Uni's a kid, so, and might be that she might want to be a little bit vaguer on the details, you know, with Uni than she would with an adult who can comprehend stuff. So yeah, don't have much of a choice if you put it like that. Uni and I nodded quietly.
じゃあそうね。最初はユキド君から。
Yeah. I get to go first, Uni. You have to wait. That proclamation, Simi stood up from her seat. She headed toward her room. Uni and I were still trying to regain our composure after this unexpected twist.
行きたくないの？
Get up. As urged, I hastily followed Simi. Just before I entered the room, I threw a glance over my shoulder. Uni sitting shyly on a chair in the dining area. At a loss as to what to do, he was staring back at me, bewildered. Look, why did I have to wait?
話を始める前に言っておきたいことがあるの。
Simi took a seat on the
ど
bed.
うぞ。
She urged me toward a nearby chair with a wave of her hand. I leaned against the chair in front of the desk.
言っておきたいことって？
ここはスフィア、隔離と保護のための特定精神医療施設。このことを
Right.
頭の中にしっかりと刻んでおいて。
そんなこと言われなくても分かってるよ。
いいえ、あなたは何も分かってないわ。ここは精神に異常をきたした人たちが収容される施設なの。つまりここにいる人たちは全て
頭がおかしくなっていると。
そういうこと。こんなことを言うのは失礼かもしれないけれど、あえてあなたにだけは教えておくわ。私はね、あなたたち3人に精神障害の疑いがあると思ってるの。犬伏恵子はもちろんのこと、ユニ君にも有機堂君にも。逆にあなたの立場に立てばこうも言える。私も含めてここにいる4人全員が精神疾患にかかっているという可能性もあると。
ごめん。何が言いたいのかよくわからないんだけど。
要するに誰も信用してはいけないってこと。犬伏恵子の言葉、ユニ君の言葉、あなたの言葉、それからもしかしたら私自身の言葉も含めて、誰の言葉にも確実性があるとは言い切れないのよ。
Oh, because they're potentially insane? Don't know that they're
待ってくれ。
being crazy?
内海さんが俺たちの言葉を信用できないのはよくわかる。だけどどうして俺がユニやあなたのことまで疑わなければならないんだ。第一、自分で自分のことを疑うように忠告するなんて変じゃないか？
あくまでも先読みしたまでよ。
先読み？
あなたはいずれ私の言葉を疑うようになるわ。内海カーリーの精神も異常をきたしているのではないかって。そうしたらあなたは私の発する一言一言に対して疑問を抱くようになり、余計な詮索を始め。
Can't you maybe save me the trouble and say whether you're crazy now or not? And whether I should doubt everything you're going to say instead of going back and having to reanalyze it all later and be like, Luckily, Satoru probably has a much better memory than I personally do, so that'd be fortunate. And here's something I've been wondering: why is Utsumi there? Did she go there because she was so distraught after the death of her son? That's what I was wondering. What I've been wondering.
そういうのって不毛なことだと思わない？だから私は前もって言っておくことにしたの。私の言っていること、これから告げることが必ずしも真実とは限らないってね。わかる？まあ、今はわからなくてもいいわ。とにかく繰り返すけど、ここでは誰の言うことも信じてはいけないの。みんながみんな嘘つきだと思ってもらえればそれでいい。嘘つきだから欺瞞に満ちた内容もしばしば口にするでしょう。
Like possibly telling Uni a completely different story than you're going to tell Satoru there.
けれど、そのぐらいのことで取り乱したりしないで。
Take all this into account, but don't get distracted by it.
当然のことだと思うぐらいのゆとりを持ってほしい。あなたには常に冷静でいてほしいのよ。いい？これはあなたの精神機能を正常に保つ上でも極めて重要なことなの。
If you get the sanity.
そうだな。文脈の示す内容自体は理解に苦しむが、ま、結論としての忠告だけは、俺はあなたの言うことを信じない。
I'll listen to it, I just won't believe a word you say.
あなたは俺の言うことを信じない。お互いがお互いを疑い合うことによって、初めて信頼関係が構築される。
It's like saying, all right, everybody in the world, just hate each other's guts. Everybody mutually agree to hate everybody. Then it'd be like world peace. If you hate that guy, you hate that guy, we all understand we hate each other. Everybody's happy now. That's what it's kind of what it's sounding like. It boils down to. Strangely, in a very strange sense, it almost makes sense. But let's not try to make it make too much sense.
そういうことだよな。
A broad smile, her face lit up, and she nodded
そ
slightly.
れじゃあ始めましょうか。
Contradictory to the seriousness of the subjects, our talk now began with playful words. It was a long talk. As it stretched on, it grew in complexity as well as length. More and more overlapping subjects were now becoming obvious. As I asked my questions, I constantly reshuffled the answers in my head. As far as I could tell, our discussion boiled down to this. Okay, good. About me, Yukito Satoru, Utsumi, and Uni seem to think that I have the ID. A fact I'd very much like to deny, but it seems difficult to test or refute it under the circumstances. So for the time being, as a temporary measure, I decided to go along with the assumption. I have no idea what Inabushi thinks of me right now. However, sooner or later, the news of my condition will become known to her. Utsumi or maybe Uni will surely inform her of it. Hey there, Yukito-kun. DID, right? We're the same, aren't we? Here's a question. Kind of a strange one. Would two people who have DID really get along pretty well together? It seemed like it'd almost be like a party situation when you think about it, because you'd be possibly more than just two people talking there. Be like, oh yeah, hey, I was just talking to Larry there. Oh really, Larry? Oh yeah, it's kind of an interesting guy. Yeah, we were just talking about Star Wars. How much you like? Yeah, I never got too much into Star Wars. Oh, you're Sally now? Oh, hey Sally, how are you? That would be kind of a strange conversation, potentially. There's no stopping that, so I realized I just have to accept it. Asumi, Uni, and Ibushi, the three of them will inevitably come to view me as having DID. It's not like I particularly care. Compared with the other problems on my mind, it wasn't really a big deal. Now, amongst the myriad of other things really bothering me was this, and Uni pointed out some time ago, too. Why did Asumi act so calmly to me, to that me with DID claiming to be Fuyakawa Kokoro? She clearly knew about Fuyakawa Kokoro being caught in the avalanche with her husband Yomogi Seiji. When I tried to deceive her with the name of a person she knew, as a matter of course, you'd expect her to react with a healthy dose of repulsion or something. In her own words,
確かに最初は驚いたわ。驚いて、あなたが嘘をついていると思って。それで思わず平手打ちまでしてしまった。私がさっき謝ったのはだからなの。誤解してたのよ、結城堂君のことを。だからごめんなさいって。
however, she said it doesn't bother anymore. Why is that so? It also seems that Itsumi knew I had gone out with Lynn thanks to a mysterious document. The matter of which I shall touch upon later. But in any case, Itsumi trusted that document with 100% certainty. Okay. I'm pretty sure it'll come up later in the story at a time which it'll be kind of a big thing. This is how she put it.
心の奥深いところでまだ真由美さんのことを強く強く思っているのよ。でも彼女はもうこの世界には存在しない。去年の1月17日に亡くなってしまった。その現実を受け入れるのが嫌だから、認めたくないから。だから結城堂君は真由美さんの存在する世界を、歴史を少なくとも自分の中でだけは成立させようと考えたんだと思う。けれどそれをするためには真由美さん自身の人格を喪失しても意味がない。
Creating a personality of her.
なぜならあなたの目的は空想としての彼女を生み出すことではなかったから。真由美さんが生存しているといういわば歴史的に見れば偽りの現実を、あなたはできる限り合理的に整合性のあるものとして自身の内部に再現したいと考えたのよ。自分自身を騙すために、説得力を持たせるために。そこで真由美さんでもなく結城堂君でもない第三者の人格が求められることになった。その場合、歴史を変えるのに最も適した人物とは誰か。一番簡単なのは雪崩に巻き込まれた残り2名のうちのいずれかになり変わることだった。
You would think it would be more likely to be Yomogi, you know. You would think that.
そこで選ばれたのが
Fuyakawa Kokoro, it seems. Or you could be even Uni, you know. That would be more, I guess, logical. But that was just Atsumi's explanation. I had a different opinion. Lynn and I parted ways over 18 months ago. It may be a bit cold to say this, but by the time of the accident, I simply didn't love her as much as I did before. Of course, losing her was sad, but certainly not to the point where it would cause me to develop a personality disorder. Consequently, I couldn't accept Atsumi's claim. I did agree with certain parts of it, but at any rate, that's how it was. That was just Atsumi's personal interpretation anyway, one which I quickly decided to disregard. Her strange advice in the introduction, don't trust anyone's words, has helped me a lot with this matter. I'm just not going to trust her on that. Next, about my amnesia. I decided to be frank and told Itsumi the following. I have no recollection of any events except for a select few from the time of my birth and up until now. Really? I didn't realize Sadru had amnesia. think it kind of been mentioned before, but I guess somehow I wasn't thinking. Strictly speaking, my memories begin the moment I began having dreams about that mountain cabin. That is strange. I can hardly remember anything that happened before that, but somehow there were other things that I hadn't forgotten. Hereafter, I will list my most important memories. First, my own name. My name is Igudo Satoru. 21 years old. Today is Wednesday, January 11th, 2012. I am in SPHIA, the Specified Psychiatric Hospital for Isolation and Ages. The layout of SPHIA is roughly inscribed in my mind. I'm more or less familiar with my current surroundings. The people here at SPHIA are Inabushi Keiko, Itsumi Kali, and me. According to my memory, only 3 of us should be here. Uni must be a special case. Inabushi Keiko has DID. After the incident in Awazumi, she was institutionalized here. I know the full story of the tragedy that occurred in the hospital. I'll leave Uni and Itsumi for later. Next up, we have Mount Akakura. The crash of HAL 18 last year and the 3 survivors who were later buried in the avalanche. Oh, needed burp there. These facts are clearly etched in my memory. The people in the shelter, Yomogi Seiji, Fuyakawa Kokoro, Mayuzumi Lin, and Kusada Uni. Yomogi is Itsumi's husband and a mountaineer. Kokoro is a third-year student at Kayumikin Women's University. Mayuzumi Lin. It'd take forever to try to list the things I remember about her. The fact that we were going out several episodes in our relationship, some noteworthy conversations, and so on. Sometimes I feel like I remember more about Lynn than I do about myself. It does definitely seem that way. I know all there is to know about her. Lynn was a very important person to me, much more so than just a romantic liaison. It's definitely weird. So that should just be about everything I can remember. Now then, this time, let's line up things I forgot or perhaps don't know to begin with. First of all, as I said before, prior to the dream of the mountain cabin, I remember nothing. Where I was born, what my childhood was like, how I lived until now. Don't even remember my parents. And how about something more recent? How long have I been in SPHIA? Why am I here? Why? What for? What's my goal here? What's my goal for being in the insane asylum? Think about that. The only possibility that sprung to mind were word that I was a patient here or staff member. If you can't remember anything, it's very likely you're a patient. When I asked it to me about this,
ここのスタッフだったはずよ。でも今は確信が持てなくなってしまったわ。もしかしたらあなたは最初からここの患者だったのかもしれない。
just like that, she said something that only added to my unnecessary confusion. Let's move on. We know a lot about Inabushi Keiko as well. On the other hand, Itsumi and Uni are still a mystery to me. Why is Itsumi in SPHIA? The way she put it was,
精神科の医師としてここで働いてるのよ。
but those words now lack credibility. Since she herself instructed me to not trust anyone, I decided to do just that regarding this matter. Can't disregard the possibility of Itsumi being a patient here. Yeah. Wasn't it in one of the Phoenix Wright games where there was a hospital where one of the patients kept he's like a dirty old man. He would come up and be like, "Hey, I'm a doctor here," or something like that. But he'd be actually dressed in it. I think he's actually still dressed in his robe. Seemed like that. Why is he here? Our conversation on the matter went along these lines.
わからないわ。突然やってきたのよ。
突然やってきた？
夕方の5時過ぎだったかしら。気がついたらユニ君はここにいたの。
そんなバカな。この施設は部外者が簡単に出入りできるような構造にはなってないんだぞ。
知ってるわよ。でもしょうがないじゃない。
I'm really confused about this.
いたんだもの。
That's totally absurd. Simi seemed to think so as well.
私だって最初は怪げに思ったわ。何かよからぬことを企んでるんじゃないかと思って警戒したの。
So, Simi says she's a psychiatrist there, but patients just mysteriously show up. That's interesting, I believe.
だってそうでしょ。彼は墜落事故の唯一の生存者なの。その彼が遺族である私の前に何の前触れもなく姿を現した。仮にユニ君が患者の一人として私の知らないうちにこのスフィアに搬送されてきたのだとしてもおかしいでしょ。常識的に考えれば変よね。
Did Simi voice all the doubts that I myself had been having? She continued.
ある文書が全てを解決してくれたの。出どころや筆者が不明という点においては怪文書の部類に属するかもしれない。
何なんだよその怪文書って。
1枚のテラバイトディスクに保存されていた膨大な量のテキストファイル。
テラバイトディスク？それってユニが持ってた？
ええ。
どんなことが書かれてたんだ？
楠田ユニは存在すべくして存在する。
え？
もちろんそれだけじゃないわよ。結城堂君と眉住さんがかつて恋人同士の関係にあったこと。
Okay, I'm having two branching ideas right now. One idea, time for my crazy theory. Crazy theory time. This is as much as I'm going to do today, so if you don't like hearing crazy theories, feel free to go ahead and quit. Okay, so here is one theory. I believe that either Satoru or Kokoro has double DID, where I don't believe it, but I'm just throwing this out there because it's definitely seeming really weird. Or maybe one of them has a, if they have the ID, then they have multiple personalities. I think one of those personalities has taken on multiple personalities, which I don't know if that's even possible. seems very unlikely. But the fact that suddenly these people don't remember a lot of facts makes this world not seem like it's tangible, real. You know what I mean? Satoru can't remember stuff before that moment where he was in the cabin, which makes you wonder, did he exist before that time? Or at least that consciousness of Satoru. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of leaning forward on him, but then again, I was almost thinking maybe it's Uni who developed the DID. Maybe he developed after surviving you know, such a crazy condition, the plane crash and the blizzard and blah blah blah. What if he developed the idea where Kokoro, Yomogi, and Mayuzumi was, you know, his personalities. He took over them personalities, and then Kokoro wound up developing DID, which somehow brought in Satoru and Utsumi and Keiko. I just wouldn't know exactly how Uni would know about Utsumi and them. So yeah, it'd be also strange if Kokoro wound up taking on the personality of Uni, who would be a personality inside. Uni would be personality within himself. That would be really strange. And the other kind of sort of idea would be other kind of crazy theory is something that wasn't really not that crazy, just hologram. What if Satoru is a hologram? Since he's had a lot of his information deleted. Since, I mean, we know that that a terabyte disk is enough space to store the personality of a hologram based on previous entries in the series of games. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore. But that would be pretty wild, though, if their personalities were actually took on multiple personalities. That'd be a really fun party. Just talking to Larry and Steve and Billy and all at once. But there's only 2 people here. Counting me. So yeah. I really don't know. I'm pretty curious though. So I do hope you folks enjoyed. Sorry for the rambling here at the end, but just my random thoughts from kind of this bit that I've seen. I do hope you folks enjoyed, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Farewell there.